No, they won't.
Alright. I'm just going to run around and do all the other sub-objectives here. Because I want to keep this, a regular length episode. Since my previous episode with my publishing announcement was the intended half-hour length. So, we'll try and stick to that. So let's go find some of the other minor objectives, just to get something done. Because I can run around in the forest at night and shoot alien monsters with a shotgun. Because I'm a fan of the shotgun. Lots of damage. Big shots. Lots of recoil. Slugs. Buckshot. Flechettes. Grenades. Beanbags. It's manly. Oh yeah, this is the one thing I can't do. Right? Because... Alright, we scanned it. It's done. Let's run over there and hit some rocks for science. My thoughts exactly. I need some little, like, scooter. Freaking, like the Star Wars speeder bikes from the forest moon of Endor. I mean, I'm even wearing white armor. I'd probably even run into a tree. Like the good old scout troopers. Because we're a pathfinder. We're a recon specialist. We're a scout. So rather than burning all my valuable calories running, I could have a speeder bike. Oh, speaking of calories, I'm hungry. What do we want to eat? Taking stuff. Things to scan. Fighting over? Looks like it. Alright. Cool. We'll loot the bad guys. Because I like loot. There's a container. I knew there'd be more. Gorilla armor. Oh, we got these guys inside. Say, now that your shields are down, you take damage pretty fast. I didn't even have to fight that guy. Because I have a turret. I love turrets. You know where else turrets are great? If you play engineer in Deep Rock Galactic. Because we must rock and stone.
Rock and stone.
I heard a rock and stone. Like, that game, when you have friends to play with, that game is probably the best bang for the buck experience I've had in PC gaming in a really long time. And I would love to play Deep Rock more. Because it is also a whole, like, science fiction.
My sensors read a mineral not found in my database, Pathfinder.
Is that something we can scan for Chief Lucan?
It would improve his geophysics VI considerably.
And then we can collect plant samples. Anyway, as I was saying, there's lots of cool sci-fi stuff. And bug aliens and beer and dwarves and shotguns and turrets, and the game is fantastic.
Andromeda plant sample detected nearby.
And I have nothing bad to say about Deep Rock. Other than... I don't have anything bad to say about Deep Rock. I have bad things to say about my friends. Because they're never on to play. That's the problem with Deep Rock. You can play solo, and it's not bad. That's a big plant to just shove in your pocket. I'm not trying to fast travel. I'm trying to highlight this objective. Thank you. Because otherwise, if we fast travel, we'll miss all the loot. Anyway. Single player isn't bad. But it would not be the kind of entertaining internet content that would get me views on YouTube. We gotta get the boys back together. So we got the whole team. And that kind of silly banter that you have in Deep Rock. Or that you would get in things kind of like... What's the new one? Where you're salvaging stuff in the back rooms on an alien planet. I forget what it's called. Or even something like Among Us. You get that kind of goofy banter going on between all the people. The game's good. It's the friends you make along the way that make it great. And the dwarves. Because they're not leaf lovers.
Lethal Company?
Yeah, Lethal Company. That's the one I was thinking. Jump. Thank you. I'm glad somebody understood my reference. Alright.
An alien, able to use remnant. Never thought I'd see such a thing.
My aunt had a remnant artifact she learned to open and close. But it took her many years to achieve it. She was never able to do it reliably. It took a great deal of concentration, and she couldn't explain how she was doing it.
Oh. Backpot. That was nice. I guess, since I'm only a third of the way through my video, and I did my side
You were
objectives.
saying something about the planet being in decline?
It doesn't look like it, but Havarl is sick. It started here, uncontrolled mutations in organic life, killing some, turning others into poison. We're starting to see the same elsewhere. The planet's ecosystem is crumbling, slowly but surely.
It's the monoliths. There are only 2 of them when there should be 3.
So they're space hippies?
There's so much life here. Your vault must be working.
In some fashion, most likely. But the monoliths are responsible for propagating the vault's instructions across the planet. With only 2 out of 3 monoliths working, the instructions are imbalanced. So life is imbalanced. We've never tried asking the sages. There could be something in their oral history.
Stars. Those superstitious hermits don't care about modern Angara. You know that.
You saw the projections for the planet's survival. What do we have to lose?
That's a valid question.
Sages? Oral histories?
On Mithratha.
What now?
That old remnant edifice over there. They trace their families back to a time just after the Scourge. They believe isolation will maintain the purity of the histories by preventing contamination by modern thought. Basic sense. They probably don't even understand or care that Havarl's dying.
If asking your sages doesn't work, we'll be back here. So what's the harm in it?
The trek up Mithratha's teeming with remnant. Most of us don't attempt it, but maybe you could do it. Follow
yeah.
the remnant river and keep your head. I'd hate to hear something terrible happened in pursuit of some ancient legend.
It'll be fine. I'm gonna shotgun. But I agree. Like, doesn't hurt to ask, right? There's all kinds of stuff here. Come on. Talk to this guy. No? It doesn't want us to talk to that guy. So... this looks like we gotta go back into the big old trench. I missed, but whatever. I got a rocket back. We'll be fine. This other guy still hasn't put the fire out. Maybe you need more than one dude to fight a fire?
Nah.
It's an alien. Am I allowed to call him a dude?
Yes.
He is of the dude gender.
Dude is not gendered.
At least not in the modern lexicon. Not anymore.
Maybe never really was, but okay.
There was a dudette for a while. But, you know, we're not
So what we're
80s
seeing here
surfer
isn't gonna
guys.
last? It's gonna be a desert eventually?
No one knows the long-term effects of Remnant. Kieran probably has projections, but projections are often wrong.
Yeah. Projections, polls, you know, it's an election year. Things are often wrong. Oh, man. This game just feels incomplete. They needed more time. I know I said this before, but the first planet, that was good. Everything else just feels incomplete. It's got a skeleton, but there's no meat on the bones. If I understand correctly, there's a book, graphic novel, something that tells us the rest of the story of what happened in Andromeda. Not just this game, but what happened in the other, what happened to the other arcs and so on. It is in here I'm looking for, right? Yep. Things to scan.
Looks like this is our only way in.
This isn't activated.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
Aha!
Got it.
Old alien button. And just full sprinting through waist-deep water. Nope, not a button. Oh. Maybe? Guess not. What am I missing? It seems like that's everything down here. Can I, like, jump to the ledge? Okay. Ah! Loot. And that's why we take the long way. Nothing? My gut instinct tells me it will
Let's
explode.
give this a try.
No, it's horizontal gravity. I would like a technical explanation of this gravity manipulation. Alt to look. Yep, there's a tower. Cue Lord of the Rings reference.
The beacons are lit?
Big, tall, scary tower with magic. It's all dark and ominous and full of unknown things that don't want us here. And it's just me. Is this another container? Yes. Oh, and now they're here. Like, it would have really been that hard to have animated all three of us going up the elevator? Instead of just magically spawning them up here after I turn
Climbing
around?
to a great height to speak to some wise old hermits. It's like we're in a vid or something. If they hand us a magical artifact, I'm going to eat my helmet.
You're not even wearing a helmet. But I was totally right about the Lord of the Rings thing. Even the NPCs are making Lord of the Rings references. Ah, I knew there'd be something over here. I guess this is the way to go anyway. Something tells me they're not a threat. Yep, they're a threat. Rapid fire! Dead alien robots are the best kind. Nice. Another container. Okay. So I know in the previous Andromeda video, I'm not even going to call it Mass Effect, it's just Andromeda. In the previous video, I had a lengthy announcement about book publishing. And then, on top of that, a video specifically only solely just for book publishing. But that's not the only thing. For I'm also still running. Yeah, I'm here. Might as well save. I'm also still running my Etsy shop. And peddling all of my 3D printed stuff. So, trying to, like, manipulate the map, but I guess I can't. The same weekend as I'm starting this announcement, which would be the first weekend of February, it's not that hard to jump up, thank you. Anyways, like I said, first week in February.
I've never been up here before. I have heard of the sages of Mithravar, but never gave them much thought.
Why not?
Isn't a story worthless if it isn't shared? If the accounts of our past are kept hidden, they may as well not exist at all.
So I'm also updating the shop. Lots of new, different items, gearing more towards the community of people I've been hanging out with on the Discords, and the things that I like to do, besides playing video games and writing cheesy science fiction. So,
Get ready to fight!
if anything there, you should go look at the new shop, and if anything there, catches your eye, you should order it. And the 3D printer, or two, over there, that you can't see, will be used to fill those orders. So yeah, shameless plug. Cool stuff. Reaching top of Myth River. I'll probably get to the top and then call it a day. Before engaging in fancy plot advancing conversation. Because I'm trying to keep my episodes to a regular length, and I always fail. So, for once, I would like not to fail. Ah, I knew there'd be a container over here. So, excuse me. Alright. I got 4 minutes. In we go. Another elevator. I bet there's loot up there. Yeah, called it. Away we go. Up again. I was given 2 pounds of almonds. What do I do with them?
You bypassed our security. How is that possible? An alien?
I'm Ryder, Pathfinder with the Andromeda Initiative, from the Milky Way galaxy.
That does not explain how or why you are able to operate the remnant doors. It doesn't matter. You must leave. We do not entertain guests here.
Havarl's in decline. If you tell me about the lost monolith, I can help fix it, reset the vault.
With Ryder's help, Havarl could be healed. Our birthplace restored. Isn't that worth something?
It's lost. The memories of its location haven't been reclaimed. On Mithrava, we have accepted Havarl's eventual ruin.
You're just giving up on your planet?
Right, it's a whole
Is
planet.
this your birthplace? Don't you want to save it?
A chasm separates want from can. What you ask, no one can give. The memory of the monolith resides within a thread that has slipped from our grasp.
I'm not sure I follow.
We believe in reincarnation. An unbroken thread.
There was one, long ago, who had knowledge of the third monolith. Zorai, a champion of the Angara from before the Scourge. Zorai's soul has returned and could be made to remember what it knew. But we have no contact with it.
Okay, let me get
Focus.
this straight. Someone could remember the monolith from a past life?
Souls retain within families. An object, heirloom, tied closely to that bloodline could cause memories to resurface.
But it's not guaranteed.
It has been known to happen on rare occasions in the past, with other souls. The only known heirloom of Zorai's family rests in an area with active remnant. No one has survived the journey. But perhaps you, Zorai's soul was reborn in Tavos, who is now a Roka. He recently returned to Havarl on a mission.
A Roka.
Might have killed him already.
That'll be difficult.
That's why you're here, Jarl.
They won't like that I'm helping you.
This may be a dead end, but we have to try.
I will send you the relevant coordinates. We considered Havarl a lost cause. But perhaps now, there is hope.
No. There's not hope. It is a lost cause. That is some ridiculous far-fetched aliens, spiritual hocus pocus. Oh, I don't buy it. It seems silly. So I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna quit, because that's my half-hour episode anyway, and I'm trying to figure out a nice way to say this. I'm not a fan of the Angara. You can definitely tell, like, they're more like uplifts than aliens, you know? Anyway. It's an episode of Andromeda. One step closer to the end of suffering. It's kind of how I look at it every morning when I wake up. One day closer to the big sleep. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Look at my Etsy shop. Buy my books. Shameless plugs, etc. See you in the next one.